March 13th. It is the season of Lent, day number 22. And we have a special one today. It's Isaiah the prophet. Now, Isaiah the prophet saw God in ways that no one did. He saw the robe of God fill the whole temple. He heard the seraphim singing, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. His glory fills the whole earth." Isaiah was trembling, saying, "Woe is me, for I'm a man of unclean lips, and I live among a people of unclean lips, and my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts." But God spared Isaiah. And then God began to just talk to himself, saying, whom shall we send? And who will go for us? Isaiah's like, me, pick me. I'll go for you. Well, Isaiah's first assignment is to go to King Ahaz. Now, King Ahaz, the worst king of Judah, arguably the worst king of Judah, and Isaiah the prophet has to go to King Ahaz. Now, King Ahaz is in a predicament. He has, his enemies are teaming up against him. Israel and Aram have joined forces, and they are attacking Jerusalem. And so Isaiah the prophet goes to him, and listen to what he says in verse 8 and 9. "For the head of Aram is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin. Now within another 65 years, Ephraim will be shattered so that it is no longer a people. And the head of Ephraim is Samaria, and the head of Samaria is the son of Remaliah. And if you will not believe, you surely shall not last." Now that was Isaiah chapter 7, verse 8 and 9. And so we see the predicament. And it's the predicament that you and I are in occasionally as well. Ahaz sees his enemies. He sees the forces gathering against him. But what he doesn't see is he doesn't see God. And so Isaiah is like, you just have to believe. You have to believe. And in fact, if you don't believe, you're not going to be established. You're not going to stand. You won't stand if you do not have faith. And so it's his faith that seems or appears to be tested. So Isaiah the prophet says, okay, I tell you what. You can ask God for a sign. Let's keep reading. It's chapter 7, starting with verse 10. It says, "Then the Lord spoke again to Ahaz, saying, Ask a sign for yourself from the Lord your God. Make it deep as Sheol or high as heaven." But Ahaz said, "I will not ask, nor will I test the Lord." And that's the word test. Then he said, "Listen now, O house of David. Is it too slight a thing for you to try the patience of men, that you will try the patience of my God as well?" Isaiah's upset. At first it was like, all right, you ask the Lord. Ask yourself from the Lord your God. Make it as deep. But now Isaiah's like, will you try the patience of my God? And so Isaiah's pretty upset at him. But listen to verse 14. It says, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, a virgin will be with child and bear a son, and she will call his name Emmanuel." Now, I know that we traditionally look at that verse as a verse for Christmas, but there's something bigger at play here. This is amazing. You see, on the world stage is the king of Assyria, and they're building up power. And so King Ahaz sees the king of Aram and the king of Israel teaming up and coming against him. And so King Ahaz has a choice. Is he going to choose the king of Assyria whom he sees, or will he choose Emmanuel, God with us, whom he doesn't see? It's a choice. It's a test. Or is Ahaz going to go with what he sees, or is he going to go with the God of Israel? Emmanuel, God with us. And that's a choice that you and I make every day. Are we going to choose what we see, or are we going to choose Emmanuel, God with us? I pray that as we continue in this season of Lent, that we'll continually stand firm in our belief, our faith, and we'll trust in Emmanuel, God with us. Because if God is with us, who can be against us? Thank you guys so much for watching. Pray y'all have a blessed and amazing day.